This is our third year of homeschooling, and today I want to show you all of the books that we currently use. Hey, my name is Anna, and I am a stay-at-home mom, homeschooling mom of three little ones. My kids are 8, 5, and 2, and we kind of homeschool as a group, but there are specific books that I use for each of my kids, and today I want to show them to you in case you are looking for inspiration. Most of these are part of a curriculum that we've been using for the last 3 years, but there are other options that I have gotten from Amazon and other brands that I think you are going to enjoy. With that introduction, I want to tell you that this video is part of a 100 days of daily YouTube posting series that I started, and we are already on month 2. In these videos, I talk about homeschooling. I talk about creative living as a mom, as a content creator mom whose full-time job is partnering with brands. I also talk about our love as a family for travel, our life here in Reno, and also sprinkle here and there my obsession with fantasy romance books. So if you're into any of these things, check out some of my other videos and subscribe so we can see the end of this challenge together. With that said, how about we start? I am going to show you the books that I use with my oldest daughter, which is the one who I have been homeschooling the longest and the one that has more of the work right now. So the first book, it's kind of like a course book set, is this Math 2, and it comes with this little box, and it is from The Good and the Beautiful. We have used this brand since we started 3 years ago, and the very first book that we got was actually the Math K, and we loved it as soon as we got it. So something that I like about The Good and the Beautiful, okay, let me show you some of the classes that we've done. Something that I like about The Good and the Beautiful, aside from the books being beautiful and having beautiful illustrations, is that you have zero planning to do. Every time we are going to do a lesson, like yesterday we did math, I just open the book and we go. Lessons are approximately 4 to 6 pages long. So sometimes we will do one lesson, maybe like 75% of it, and it's always fun. It's always fun diving into this book. So this is how we're learning math, and I really like that each course comes with this little box that's kind of like a toolbox. In this one we got a clock, and we got some coins. We got some bills because a lot of the lessons, actually, I was going to say some, but a lot of the lessons are around money. There's also coins, and there are other fun tools that we use for some games in the lessons. There's, what is this? A rocket, and then we have an airplane. There are these numbers and stars. We have a really cool dice, and this is a fraction dice, and this is kind of like another fraction dice. So really cool stuff, very complete. This is our third one, and something that you probably didn't know is that you can also download this specific math curriculum. And also, if you have a child between levels K and 8, you can get them for free at The Good and the Beautiful. You can print them at home and basically do all of this at your own pace. Now, that was for math. The second book that I use, and we use this every week, is the language arts, and this one is kind of coming apart because we're almost done with it, but I'm going to remove the cover. This one is the level 1 course book, and it's also by The Good and the Beautiful. And since our main language at home here is Spanish, we use this book to practice grammar and language arts in English, but also to practice English as a second language. So we are going slower. My daughter right now is 8, so we are about to start level 2, but we've been diving into this one. Same as the last one, the pages inside are really beautiful. There are activities where my daughter can do some arts, like this painting here. There is a good amount of reading, a good amount of writing. There's also lots of storytelling and reading comprehension. So, as someone who has never taught English before, and I know this is not necessarily meant to be used as an English learning resource, I have found it really helpful because it has helped my daughter get familiar with how the sounds are different in English versus Spanish, and she is able to practice reading and writing with it, and we love it. This book also comes with two more things that I don't have them right here, but they are kind of like the toolbox on the math course book, and they help you with reading and vocabulary and further practice aside from this book. So those are the two main courses that I am doing with my daughter. We are also using this handwriting book. This one, in comparison to the other ones, is a workbook, and it is also from the Good and Beautiful. It is also from the Good and the Beautiful, and this is basically to practice shapes of the words and writing straight and not, kind of tilted. So it's a good practice. We also aim to do this book at least once a week, and it has a lot of pages. We still have more than halfway to go, and this is the level 2. There are multiple levels based on where your child is at. You can pick the one that fits best. So there's that. There is one last book that I exclusively use with my oldest daughter, and is this Larousse workbook. And this one I got from Amazon, and we do this to do language arts in Spanish. It was really important for me to find something that could help me teach her how to properly write and read in Spanish, and to help me go deeper in all of the Spanish language rules. And it has been fun. This is the level 3. We started with a series that I'm actually going to show you, which is not from Larousse, but it is one that I used to teach my daughter how to read, and now we're using it with my 5-year-old. But after that series, we jumped into this series here. So right now we're doing level 3, and this one, honestly, I only recommend it if you as a parent speak Spanish. If you are bilingual and you want your kids to be bilingual, Spanish and English, I recommend checking this series out. The lessons are shorter, but they are also deeper. So you will probably do like 2, 3, 4 pages per day. And it's been great. We love it. The book is really thin, and then you can keep getting the next one and the next one on Amazon. Again, this is how it looks. Now, I'm going to show you what I use for my son, and I'm going to show you a couple of books that I use for both of them. So this is the series that I was talking about. It's called Learning How to Read, and it is in Spanish. I am teaching my son how to read and write in Spanish first, and this is book 1. It is a 5-book series, and they're all from Amazon. And it basically goes through, you go over all of the letters and forming words, everything from the beginning. So this is kind of like how the first lessons look like. You see, we got the vowels and putting the vowel, matching it with the image, different sorts of exercises, tracing and drawing lines, even some coloring. My son is 5, so this is the first year that we've been actively like homeschooling. It's still light, but he already knows that this is his workbook, and every time we pick it up, he's excited because he wants to learn how to read. And this book has helped so much already. Like, he can already start forming words with the letter M, the letter P, the letter T, the letter S. I can't recommend this enough. This series was fantastic with my oldest, and I know it's going to be great with my son as well. I am going to leave all of the series that I got from Amazon linked here so you can check them out. Now, the second main book, course book, that I use with my son is the pre-K language arts level, and this one is by the Good and the Beautiful. And you get these two books and also a folder that I don't have here, but the folder is kind of like an activity folder. This is the main book, and it's similar to the language arts book that I show you, except everything is simpler because it's pre-K level. Oops. It has very fun activities and it goes letter by letter. So for us, it has been great to combine this book with the Spanish one because he's learning both letters, but I am still emphasizing the Spanish pronunciation for now because I don't want to confuse him. But it's helped. It's been like a support to use. Whoops. It's been a support to use both books. So a really fun book, a really beautiful book. There. And then this one here is a practice sheets book. So what you can do is get pages from here to practice everything that you are learning on the other book. So every week we get a couple of pages from here just to practice. And also it helps when I am doing like core classes with my daughter and I don't have a lot of bandwidth to do it with both kids. I would hand my son a couple of these pages and he can do them on his own, which is fantastic. Now, two more things. The first one is this incredible science course set, and it's also by the Good and the Beautiful, and this is one of many that we've used. This is the Science for Little Hearts and Hands series, and this one here is the nests and burrows, which is about animals and their habitats, but they also have some other fun topics. There's one about the ocean, and there's one about the planets and the stars. I can't remember. There's one about flowers. So each of these have specific topics and they are so fun and so beautiful. So this main book is full of stories and fun facts. And this one here is kind of what guides the big book. This is the one you use to organize. So for example, if we're learning about river habitats, it tells you if you need to go into a story in the other book or if it has an audio narration. Like this one has an audio narration, and you can do this with the Good and the Beautiful app, and you listen through everything. It tells you about, in this case, about the rivers and all of the animals that you find in there. Let me show you one that has the story. This one. So this one is alligators and crocodiles, which we already did, and it was super fun. And there's story right there. So you learn you learn a little bit about alligators and crocodiles here, and then you go into the other book to read a fun story that brings you into more of the learning. So this is one of my kids' favorite classes ever. We love doing science. We like taking these books to the park when we're doing picnics, and it's really, really fun. We love it. Good and the Beautiful as well. Now, the last thing I want to show you is from a different brand, and this is something that I started later on. It's been maybe 6 months since we started using this, and I found them on Instagram, and I thought they were so cool. I was looking for an alternative for history because even though we love the Good and the Beautiful, their course books on history were for older kids, and this was perfect. So these are honest histories, history magazines, and each of these have a different topic. There are so many already. We have 3 here. This one is all about Egypt, and this one is about diseases and pandemics and medicine, and this one is about the gold rush, and they are so fun. So inside you'll have sort of stories, history stories, and with facts. Like this is not made up stuff. This is like things that really happened and taught in a way that's ideal for kids. Like this one, for example, we were learning about um, the railroad, and this is sort of like a game that you can make here at home, turning, like making your own train and playing as if you were having a meal in there. So these books, these magazines are some of my favorites. There's some coloring on this one. So this is the one about the railroad. This one about diseases and germs. Like here's a craft on how people used to keep diseases away in the past, and information about some of like the deadliest diseases that have existed and gigantic pandemics. So interesting. As an adult, there are so many things that I didn't know, and I have been learning lots thanks to this, and it's been really fun to teach my kids using these books. I guess I'll show you a little bit on the Egypt one, which was the first one that we got, and it was so good. Something else that I like about these books is that they last a while because they are different, kind of like a magazine. You know, there are different sections. So if you are doing history, you can do like once a week and then maybe do one of these stories slash lessons per week, and then maybe combine it with a craft like we did, a fun Egypt related craft when we learned about this. So really great for homeschooling. And if you're not homeschooling, I think these are great regardless. These are again from honest history, and I have a code that gives you 10% off if you want to check them out. I am going to leave it here for you as well. And that's it. This video ended up being so long. I promised myself that I would start making shorter videos for this challenge, but I just got too excited talking about homeschooling because I love it. And if you love homeschooling as well, say hello. Leave me any comments in here if you want to check any of this out in more detail. Let me know. I can make another video for you. And don't forget to check out everything that I am linking down here. If you want to get any of these, you'll be able to find them down. You'll be able to find them down below. And that's it. Remember, we're doing this for 100 days. If you want to join me and do this together with me, make sure to subscribe. And I will see you tomorrow on the next video.